Hello and welcome to another Dominion League match commentary. This is
This is Breakfast Dominion.
this is Breakfast Dominion. That's right. Joined as usual, I guess I can say.
Yes, your regular co-commentator,
Yes.
regular correspondent.
Yeah, our foreign correspondent Strumpf.
Yes. This is the first A-League match of season 65 between yurikamome and Tracer, both multiple league champions. Yurikamome is the defending champion. They have won back-to-back the last two seasons, so we're in for some top high-level Dominion today.
So let's look at the first board. Was denkst du denn?
Ich denke, es gibt keine Dörfer. So I don't see villages. Maybe you see a village. Well, Piazza,
Pizza,
maybe. Pizza.
yeah.
Pizza might be a village if you manage to hit your sea chart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, any action you hit technically makes it a village, but some more useful than others.
Yeah. So immediately I'm kind of scared of this. Well, okay, you can also like try to get some wisps, but then you have a druid in your deck. Yeah. I don't know. I guess on a 5/2 I would stone mason sea charts. I don't know. I would try to like get the pizza, but then om nom nom. I don't know. I think I would be a little sad if I had to play this board. I would try to put together an engine and would fail spectacularly. So maybe it's just like library werewolf puka money or something. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect this board to have a robust engine. 5/2, I think I'm taking a puka. You definitely, it's not clear to me that you have to play with puka, but if I have the 5/2, I think I would go ahead and take it. It is sad. The druid thing is sad because like Wisp boon is normally like pretty much the best boon that druid can have, I think. I mean, the best single one. But here, yeah, I think it's like not really. I mean, I guess I could see like that is your terminal, but probably not. The C charts are going to struggle because they can only really draw other C charts.
Oh,
that doesn't make them actively
yeah.
bad, but it does mean that they're not going to offer you much either. So it is a pretty sad board altogether. Like I think you just want to like buy some enclaves to put some money in your deck, and then you buy provinces, and there's not a whole lot going on.
How do you do that?
You gotta hit 8.
How do you do that?
You have to buy silvers and then golds, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe okay. So,
Whoa.
Oh, Tracer Stone Masons for Druid. Okay, so he is gonna go for the Wisps ticket.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, they both like Druid both gives you wisps and money.
That is true. Druid does have
the gift of the sky.
The sky's gift, yeah. And we'll see how that goes for Tracer. Okay, and Yurika is going for some C charts, so I guess we are going to be playing with some C charts. Pretty sad collision here for Tracer.
To be expected, I would say. Well, not in this extent, but a collision was to be expected.
Yeah, not to this extent. Be interesting to see whether Tracer goes for gold or goes for Wisp. Goes for Wisp. Okay.
It's gonna be.
I think I I don't know. I think I might have preferred to go for gold myself, but
well, we hit 6. This could be a pizza.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do this, I think you might as well take it at some point. I don't know if now is that point. If you are taking, Eureka hasn't actually taken a druid, so
true.
They've still got.
They are honed in on the C charts.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've still effectively got terminal space if we assume that they don't plan to play like Stonemason as their only terminal.
All right, C charts are gone. Turn 6, turn 7.
So now, I mean, the C charts can at least find the Wisps, so that is something. It's just going to take a while to build up, very many Wisps.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, turning a state into 2 coppers never feels great, but if you are playing with Wisps, that does help. Mm-hmm. Although it's still not good.
Yeah. This could be a pizza.
Could. Is Piazza optional? It is not optional. So that, I mean, it could be a little bit awkward with Stonemason. It probably doesn't matter. I don't think that's really reason not to take Piazza.
Could also be Enclave or Province.
Yeah, I wouldn't love taking a curse here. Okay, do go for the yummy pizza. They actually do hit on the C chart. Both with the Piazza and then actually activating C chart. So altogether a pretty successful turn for Eureka.
Yeah, indeed. Alright, so Tracer can buy a pizza here.
Yeah.
And probably should. Alright. Stonemason Druid, not single Druid.
Yeah, you don't want that many Druids.
This might become the first board I ever see where Wisps pile.
I've definitely seen it before. But yeah, on boards where you have terminal space and Druid gains Wisps, absolutely see a pile. But yeah, here the fact that you barely have terminal space makes it more impressive if it happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of Druids being Jim. I agree.
I mean, if it weren't for the Stonemasons in the deck, having 2 Druids as like the totality of your terminal space isn't crazy.
Yeah.
But, and I guess it depends on how much you are looking to play the Stonemasons. I guess what I'm wondering is this actually more efficient than just playing some kind of more straightforward money strategy? I'm not sure that it is.
Yeah, that was my question. But I did get like the pizza C chart thing running pretty early, although it hasn't panned out much since.
Yeah,
so...
I mean, the question is like, what is it ultimately accomplishing? Like, ultimately, your goal is still to like buy enclaves and or provinces, and that's still not like it's. It's turn 12. There has been an opportunity to do that by playing Cursed Gold that was understandably declined, but we're still not seeing them hit like larger numbers here. Granted, you wouldn't necessarily do that if you were playing a more straightforward money strategy either, but maybe you would. Of course, there's also something to be said for, having your deck be able to sustain itself through the greening phase as opposed to just kick off the greening phase. The Enclave does help with that.
If you go for the money strategy, would you buy a Library of Puka or a Werewolf?
I mean, I think you would get a Puka, although it's not entirely clear. It's possible that it's better without. getting a druid still isn't crazy because of Sky's Gift. But ultimately, like library, library's okay. You know, I can skip other action cards, but how relevant is that? How many action cards are you putting into that deck? Werewolf, it's, you know, it's a smithy. I don't know.
This could be a province. All right, Wisps have run.
Yeah, that's a lot of terminals, right?
For
like
Yurika?
two druids, a puka, a werewolf, and a
Stonemason.
stonemason. I mean, they're probably not looking to play all of those. Like, and certainly they're not going to be able to find all of them within one turn. But still, it feels like a lot of terminals.
I mean, there's a chance to find all of them. Wisps can draw.
Tracer also picks up a werewolf, so has Tracer has one more terminal, I guess, with the second stonemason. Or is it Yurika that has the second stonemason?
No, it's Tracer.
Okay.
Or is it?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I mean, here you almost have all of them.
Well, it's almost a drawn deck.
Yeah.
It could be a drawn deck if they want it to be. I'm not sure that that's. I don't think that's what they'll do. But...
No. They could gain a gold and an enclave here.
Yeah. I mean, part of the downside of that is it's like it doesn't exactly synergize with C-Chart or with Wisp, but
that's true. That's true. So would you instead would you just province, or what would you do?
I don't know.
Or just enclave? But then again, like,
getting rid of the curse gold makes sense.
Okay.
I'm honestly not convinced that taking 2 silvers is better than taking 2 coppers.
The C-Chart. So Tracer only has 3 C-Charts now.
More Wisps than Yurika, though.
True.
Sky's Gift, yeah, okay. Tracer wants to attack. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
and
second
then takes
werewolf.
another werewolf.
Interesting.
Well, Envious could hurt. Well, or maybe not so much. I mean, probably not. Yurika probably isn't looking to buy another silver anyway.
No. This is fine.
Yeah.
Do you have to take a boon when you play Druid?
I think so, but there's never any harm in taking Moon's Gift.
True.
Because it's a May.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if somehow it was bad to look through your discard pile, but I don't think there's a way that can be actively harmful. Let me know if there's a. That's not the case. If there is some edge case there, yeah. All right, so we get an Enclave from Tracer as well. Presumably, we'll see the Stonemason played here over the Werewolf. Oh, wow. Even more werewolves. I mean, I get the idea that, like, if you can draw them and then play them as attacks, then, hey, they're attacks. But I don't know. It just seems... That feels so ambitious to me. And maybe not even that impactful.
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay.
Or is it for the pizza?
Yeah, well, I mean, that is nice. And it does have some synergy with C-Chart if that happens. I mean, otherwise it doesn't, which is, you know, not great. But okay, so we get a province from Yurika, so not going for another Enclave.
And Tracer denies province.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, I thought we're not. So it's now debating Enclave or Province.
Mhm.
All right.
And goes for Province. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I think money decks, well, more straightforward money decks would probably want to Enclave at least twice, just because, like, you would more so value the gold if you didn't have all these Wisps and sea charts in your deck. But these decks don't really need so much gold and possibly don't even want it, depending on how you look at things. I mean, it is a nice stonemason target, but it doesn't get drawn by Wisp is the main thing, unlike the coppers.
Do you just play a werewolf here?
I don't think so.
Would you go Sky's Gift and
Yeah.
attack?
Probably, yeah, Sky's Gift, double attack. Don't buy anything. I mean, you could buy an estate. Like, that is something that the Wisps draw, but I don't know. I mean, at some point, like, you only have so many Wisps in your deck. Like, you don't want to just... Oh, they
Again,
trashed one of Tracer's Wisps, which not only
the attack in.
hurts, but also, like...
hurts.
well, I mean, Tracer pizza'd the Wisp anyway, another Wisp anyway, but, like, you know... I mean, statistically, the fact that it's removed from the deck doesn't change, like, the general odds, like, of, you know, the rest of the deck activating Piazza, but it feels bad, right? Because you're like, oh, that was going to be on top of the deck. You know, it's kind of like the minion discard thing, where it's like, oh, I was going to have this good thing, and now I don't have it.
Grr. I wonder if that werewolf should have been played, because the other two werewolves are not in your deck. You're not seeing them this turn, so C-Chart doesn't have a chance to... I guess, like, you still want to draw, but...
Sorry, which werewolf? Oh, this one here?
Yeah. I guess, like, ultimately it did make sense, but, like, you didn't have to play it, like, before the C-Charts, because you weren't going to see another werewolf.
Yeah.
That shuffle. But that's, yeah, details. Ooh, that's a nice counter pizza attack.
Oh, the bad omens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Akuchi.
The Takuchi.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely feels like a high variance game. In terms of how this is going to play out. I mean, there are some differences in the strategies that, you know, are influencing this. The fact that, as you mentioned, Tracer has fewer C-Charts, but more Wisps.
Beautiful. Sorry.
Oh, I was just, saying that, like, you know, it feels like a lot of this is coming down to, like, variance. You know.
What do you mean by that?
But... you know, who draws well or doesn't draw well right now is somewhat of a, you know, just random thing. But there is a difference in deck composition that's a consequence of their build order, difference in the build orders. With Tracer going hard for the Druids very early and Yurika focusing more on C charts. So Tracer here... chooses not to Sky's Gift with the Druid and top deck 2 cards, partially because it's setting up the other turn, but partially, presumably, because you can get more points with those extra coppers. But then goes for Province Double Estate rather than Double Duchy Province. I'm sorry, Double Duchy Estate. So gambling that Yurika won't hit Province here, which right now looks like a pretty good gamble.
I mean, yeah, you can definitely hit Duchy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's...
Ooh. That stings. Yes, your Tracer still needs Province Estate to win this turn.
Yeah, which means you have to keep your Druid. Oof. Well,
Tracer can get the estate here. But if Yurika can even hit Duchy, then that still puts Tracer in a pretty awkward spot. Well, looks like Yurika might be hitting Province.
Well, we are.
Yeah.
All right, very interesting first game. Goes to the defending champion. 23 turns.
Yeah. And 23 turns, given Enclave, is probably not any slower than what you would expect from like a more straightforward money deck. So it's a little hard to say, but
all right. Here's a new board. We have trashing. We have plus buy. We have draw is somewhat limited. There's gamble, and there's no village. So
well, are you sure there's no village?
Do you mean the ghost?
No, I mean you're right that technically counts, but that is not what I mean.
What do you mean?
I mean gamble. Gamble Souk.
Oh, Gamble Souk, that's true.
A thing.
Is it a thing here?
I don't see why not.
I have to trash down first.
Yeah, you know what can trash cards?
No.
Souk.
Slowly.
Not that slowly. I mean, you can also pick up an Exorcist, but I definitely expect to see them do some kind of Gamble Souk thing. The question in my mind is like, can you do better than just basically playing with that? And I think the answer is yes, because of Inventor.
But
like if you can play an Inventor to make
inventors?
the Souk cheaper. Yeah, you can also gamble Inventors into play.
Here we go. Turn 2.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That was pretty lucky, wasn't it?
Tracer just got a Souk on turn 1 without trashing.
No, I mean Yurika.
Which, yeah. It was for sure. I'm just looking at what's Tracer going to be able to do this turn. Yeah, I don't know. It might be awkward to get the Inventor involved. I mean, you're still going to have like your starting hand, right? Which makes things a bit wonky. Like because you want your, so if you're doing Gamble Souk stuff, you want your starting hand to be like maybe 1 Souk or maybe none, and then treasures, so that you can just empty your hand out, and then you buy like the Souk and you gamble it into play, and you buy the Souk and gamble it into play.
Whoa, okay, never mind. I see the Gamble Souk now.
Yeah.
This is very educational.
Yeah, so now okay. I was gonna say you guys are already at the point where they can just empty the Souk pile.
Yeah.
Which
All right.
it's a pretty silly interaction.
I see.
That wouldn't be like literally the end of the game in the sense that like it would take a little more doing to like to the point where you could actually like, buy a bunch of provinces or whatever, but maybe not too much more.
Yeah, I always feel like I like the Souk, like the setup, but then like sometimes it just like falls apart if I have to buy green cards and I'm not able to like discard them or set them aside or something.
Right.
For the Souk, because
the thing here is that like turn 3 is particularly early for this to be happening, but if but the Baker token and the fact that they top decked turn 2 and all that stuff is why they got it there so fast.
This is like the best possible outcome. Yeah, basically.
But like even if okay, maybe they add a little bit more treasure to their deck to like space the Sooks out so that it can gamble more of them rather than having them in their hand. And then they like buy a bunch of provinces and it's like, oh, okay, now their deck isn't as good, but Tracer's deck isn't going to do anything, so it doesn't matter. Like you can just it's like slowly end the game at that point.
Yeah,
which is why Tracer resigns.
Leave it there, please.
What?
I put it up for a reason.
Oh,
thank you. Okay. We have the Mint again. The Mint was unhappy that it wasn't gained last turn, so it made a return. Last game. We have Launch and Raid. I don't think I've ever played Raid. Ever. Urchin seems viable. You have like Militia if you want to, or do like double Urchin. You're still going for the Mercenary here, are you? Even though you have Enlarge?
I mean the attack is...
There's a village.
Well, there's also modifying Mint.
Yeah, I know.
But the attack on Mercenary is very nice, so generally I would say yes. But
I mean here you can have the attack by Militia.
Yeah, that's true.
I stand corrected. Apparently I have played Raid in the past.
So, but Yurika actually got the Mint off turn 3 once they had the Enlarge in the deck.
Oh, I like that.
It's a pretty crazy shuffle to get like the 5/2 and then get it again, or well, not exactly again because they had the Enlarge, but yeah. I could definitely see Yurika skipping
Mercenary
here. I don't really know why they wouldn't, to be honest. But like, if you're not in that situation, you have a 4/3 like Tracer did, opening Urchin, double Urchin or Urchin Militia. Although Tracer actually opened Urchin. Oh no, wait, the Necromancer was turn 3. Okay,
double Urchin,
yeah. Which I think that makes sense. Launch helps a little bit with the collision too. Not that Tracer needed the help, as it turned out, but oh no, he did. Sorry, I actually missed that he caught. Yeah, okay. Tracer's ahead of me on this, but we're both we're both thinking through the same thoughts.
Can't believe this. Is Tracer thinking about Mints here?
Possibly.
So the vision for this is to gain second loot at some point?
I would think so, yeah.
And enlarge or modify loots?
Yeah. There's not like really any draw to speak of. I mean, I guess there's like Zombie Apprentice, but that's one card that you can increase hand size by in your entire deck, so not exactly. I guess in theory, with Bard, there are Wisps.
Whoa! Explain, please.
Explain the second Mercenary?
Yes.
I usually don't like getting a second Mercenary. I think some people like it more. I don't really know why you would want that at this point, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really have a good explanation for it. I also trashed our festival, which is interesting. Does that mean that this is going to be a sack of loot? Maybe.
Yeah. This is, I don't know, it's another example of how I play Dominion and then like people who are a lot more analytical and like better at stuff play Dominion. And I'm like, wow. Very cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not convinced by that second Mercenary. We'll see if it pays off. Right now, I think, yeah, I was going to say that mercenary just gets trashed. So, like, what was accomplished by turning that urchin into a mercenary? Maybe Tracer wanted the urchin in the trash for Necromancer? I don't really know.
And now Tracer has a 5-card deck.
Yeah.
Soon to be 6-card deck. And maybe 7-card deck.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But then it'll go back down to 5, at least briefly.
Yeah.
Well, probably. I mean, it's not guaranteed.
Turn.
Launch to play the jewels, to bottom deck the jewels, so that you don't have to worry about drawing the jewels in your opening hand. That's a pretty good move.
What happened?
Tracer wanted to undo on the discard.
Oh, okay.
What happened to Tracer's other copper, though? Plays 2 coppers. Oh, the jewels is in play. This is the other copper. Okay,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, now Eureka does get a mercenary. Huh. Interesting. Again, I wonder if that's just because...
Can we see the trash, please?
They want something to be able to play with a Necromancer. Seems hard to believe that they need...
Just attack?
I mean, I guess they do have some coppers left.
We got a sextant and a hammer.
Hammer is definitely really nice.
Wow.
Being able to gain more Necromancers. Already a lot of good stuff in the trash.
Mercenary?
Yeah, because you can
play mercenary.
Right. Yep. So, apologies, Tracer. I said Tracer would go down to a 5-card deck. I was mistaken. Tracer's gone down to a 4-card deck.
Can't believe this.
I know. My bad.
I apologize to everyone who tuned in for some very good commentary.
and is now disappointed. Yeah. Understandable.
We will look into this.
All right, so where do you go from here? I mean, I think
second loot
just gets another Necromancer, but there's no modifier enlarge in the trash, right?
Probably just mercenary, both of your Necromancers. Next time.
Is there a militia? There's...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, Eureka still has a copper and an estate. Not as streamlined as Tracer, although that's admittedly difficult to do.
Yeah.
This is nice. Yeah, where do we go? I don't know. I feel like Tracer needs another sack of loot to be able to start getting provinces. If that's where we're headed.
Well, I mean, they definitely don't... So, like, Tracer can hit 8 right now with what's in hand. So, they don't need another province, but... Or, sorry, another sack of loot for that.
How do you hit 8 right now?
Necromancer as Festival, Necromancer as Militia.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay, right. The fact that they just got attacked does change that. At least...
I mean, realistically, you want to attack every turn, right? Like this.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, and you can play Necromancer as Militia to do that.
Yeah.
It's like that would fit into the plan. The problem now is that because of the attack, I wasn't accounting for the attack, so that does make it harder for sure.
Thinking about launching or just thinking about what to gain?
Yurika already launched.
Oh, that's right. So no launch. What else is in Yurika's deck? A sack of loot and the Necromancer? A province?
Yes.
And then large?
Yes.
Okay. Huge deck.
Pretty huge.
Compared to their opponent.
Yeah.
You could say it's twice the deck of their opponent.
More than that?
Well, now. And before, yeah, you're right.
The jewels is actually pretty awkward now with the attack, putting the stuff into the discard pile. Yeah, just play Zombie Spy. Unfortunate. I guess you probably play Sack of Loot and then launch here. The chalices are actually not bad here.
I, in general, don't understand the chalice hate, to be honest. Maybe well, you can enlighten me.
If nothing else, part of it is like if you especially with like a card like Pickaxe, where you get to play the loot immediately. If you're like counting on getting the 3 coins, then you only get 1. That can be, that can mess up your plans.
But that's like one interaction with one other card.
It's a pretty common way to be gaining loot.
Is it? I don't agree.
Yeah, I mean, Pickaxe is the best loot gainer, so like it's disproportionately represented in your loot gaining.
Right, but like the games where you get a pickaxe, like those are not, like, you don't get a pickaxe that much more often than you get like looting or foray or wealthy village.
Oh no, see that I disagree with that. I think you do, because Pickaxe is better.
No, but I mean, like, just in terms of what kingdoms you roll. It's not like Pickaxe shows up more often.
You are more likely to be gaining loot on a board with Pickaxe than on a board with Foray. So it is more relevant. The Pickaxe interaction is more relevant than how it looks with Foray. I mean, that's not the only reason, to be clear. I think it's also like, that people just think like that it's too slow to accumulate value relative to the denser payload of the other loots. There are boards where that's not the case, though. But in any case, Tracer trashed the chalice, so...
No chalice love. Oh, and Yurika trashes one of their sacks of loot. Interesting. Interesting. And has not launched yet, so can still continue the turn if they so choose.
Yep. They could do... So they're already up a province. They've got 7 coins in hand. So they could, like, top deck, sack of loot, and then province. And then... Oh, no, wait. If they're launching, they're going to lose 3 coins. Okay, that's not as good. I was thinking about, like, using Zombie Mason on province to get another province, and then, like, just to mill because, you're already ahead. But
you still have to attack.
Landscapes also do show up less often than Kingdom cards, right? That is also true, but like you could, I mean, the point would also apply if you were talking about like Search or even Wealthy Village, I think.
There should be like 8 ways to gain loot.
Jeweled Egg, where sometimes you just can't gain loot at all. Okay, so, Yurika gets a Distant Lands here. That's interesting. That is definitely not as pile pressure-y as what I was thinking about trying to do from Yurika's perspective.
What would you do?
Well, I'm not saying that I think it's wrong. I was just trying to think about a way that Yurika could like get, basically get double province in terms of lowering the province pile, given that they already had a lead. But I mean, they didn't even take a province last turn, so they're going for a different line here with the distant lands.
Mm.
I mean, with the decks being like so bad at drawing cards, there is definitely some value to getting some distant lands in play, but it also means you're like slower to be able to do that. So I guess the plan here is play Hammer and then launch and then play the Necromancer. That's the reason for the undo. Yeah. Ugh.
You
Just
gotta
militia.
attack, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Necromancers are gone. And Tracer's Sack of Loot is gone. These poor decks being cannibalized.
I mean, this looks pretty good for Yurika, right?
Is this going to be another like orb to play, Necromancer to play militia so you can attack?
Yeah, but then Yurika turns spell scroll into province, plays distant lands, and is comfortably ahead.
Why not enlarge the orb instead? How would Tracer have done that? Tracer already enlarged Sack of Loot.
Well, yeah, the question is why enlarge the Sack of Loot instead of the orb?
Oh, because orb can play Necromancer and Sack of Loot can't?
Mm-hmm.
Orb is also more coins, so like if you are trying to buy something at some point.
Oh, didn't I have Yurika enlarge in play? Oh.
No, it was duration played.
Okay. So no to my plan.
This could just be well, okay, hold on. Tracer has an enlarge in play, so you do have to worry about the risk of Tracer emptying the provinces here.
What's in the trash?
A lot of things.
Oh, like nothing to... No. Okay.
I was wondering about, like, you could just spell scroll for another distant lands, potentially. I mean, that's still an option. The problem is it doesn't really help.
But then you can't play both of your distant lands, right? Because you only have one.
No, the spell scroll can play it in the...
Oh, in the buy phase.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, the downside is that it doesn't really protect against Tracer emptying provinces, but
can Tracer do that?
Yeah, right. That's the question. It doesn't seem particularly likely that Tracer can.
But also, is this Yurika's last loot for now? Well, we're gonna gain a new one.
Yeah. It's just, I guess it's hard to see. Like, I guess,
Ooh.
Yeah, enlarge is now means that Tracer needs province.
Yeah, and Yurika has province
and more than a duchy. Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, that probably clinches it.
Wow.
They didn't have Yeah, they didn't have that sack of loot before they played the zombie spy, which is why I wasn't thinking about that line, but I do think that's a better line once they found it. Because that's pretty hard for a tracer to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
And the enlarge is awkward because it's like you got to do that before you have the opportunity to see whether you can, like, basically, I mean, what Tracer would really like is a spell scroll of his own so that he could, like, you know, do puzzle box to province and then play spell scroll to play distant lands, and then that would be a win. But how do you get Duchy Estate here as it is? Oh no!
Rough.
Okay, I mean that was a good that was a good try though. Like if you hit Necromancer or Orb, something like that.
That was your only chance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Yurika at least at the minimum ties the match.
Mm-hmm.
And we head into game 4. A friendly Sentinel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a village, we have patron, we have draw, we don't have plus buy, we have plus gains.
Mm-hmm.
We have trashing. Do you... I'm like... Do you go for like a crystal ball tunnel thing?
No.
But why?
You do maybe want some tunnels ultimately because it's points. But like there's alliance, so
yeah.
in the for the most part you get your like extra points from there.
Do you open Sentinel? What is your
yes.
What is your other?
Yeah, you definitely open Sentinel.
What's your other open? Patron?
Yeah. I mean, you don't really need the villagers particularly, but I mean, there's not really any reason to take silver over patron either, I think. You could, I guess you could open Underling Sentinel if you particularly want to be able to Coastal Haven. I mean, I think you'll pick up an Underling at some point regardless, but whether you want to pick it up in the open. I guess you could also open Engineer Sentinel, but why do you particularly want an Engineer?
I was wondering about the Engineer. Here. I feel like it might be useful at like the end of the game.
Yeah, at the end of the game, it is. Although the awkward thing is like, how do you get it at the end of the game?
Exactly.
Like, you're gonna be like, well, you're not gonna be if you don't have one in your deck, you can't kill it. You can't gain a border village. Like, so.
Yeah. But then again, you want to like carry the Engineer through your game so that you have it at the end.
If you do, I don't particularly want to do it in the opening. Like maybe later, but I would rather just open with either Underling or Patron. Unfortunately, Sentinel doesn't activate Patron. Otherwise, it would be clear Sentinel Patron opening. But at least I'm pretty sure Sentinel is look at. Yeah. Yurika goes for double Sentinel.
No, that's curious. Do we know why?
I just faster trashing.
And then, like, if you hit your Sentinel here, do you just trash it, or when do you trash the other Sentinel?
I'm not exactly sure. So Tracer used the favor right away. Yurika did not. Gonna use it here, it looks like. And maybe pick up an Underling. But although I'm sure Yurika could use another silver as well. But no, no, I guess I didn't need it. Alright. I mean,
this is like
perfect. That was guaranteed, but
for Yurika.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. Kiln, yeah, that makes sense. Tracer also has villagers, so that will help.
Beautiful.
This should be border village kiln, I would think. Yurika doesn't have the villager, so that's like a little bit worse for them. They can still use it to gain underlings until they get like a second border village or a patron. I guess I could get patron now, but I don't know. I want to just go ahead and get the kiln. I'll go for crystal ball. Interesting.
Why?
I don't know. I mean it. Yeah.
Does that mean they're gonna pick up a tunnel?
Crystal ball. Oh, I doubt it. Crystal ball. What can that do anything particularly interesting here? I don't think so. I mean, it can get rid of your extra sentinels, I guess, maybe. Whatever.
Well, you can trash another copper here.
Yeah.
But then you...
But you don't want to?
No, you don't.
Yeah, you don't really only want to trash one copper here. I mean, you well, no, that's not true. You want to hit 6, but you're not going to, is what I really mean.
Yeah. So get a kiln?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, see, if that crystal ball had been a kiln, we would have hit 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, we can hit 6 here.
I guess we can kiln crystal ball.
Yes.
Woohoo. Alright, are we taking Destrier now? Yurika doesn't especially need the draw, but I mean, you're gonna want it.
Yeah.
I mean, the argument would maybe be that you could go get another kiln, right? That'd be the other option. But so, one thing I will say for the double sentinel, Yurika is definitely thinner.
Well, not anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, now they're at the same level. After the sentinel trash.
No. Tracer still has an estate, and Tracer has more copper as well.
But like only one, right?
Oh, that's 2 more cards.
There, one more card right now.
An estate and a copper.
But just like look at the numbers.
What do you mean?
Yurikamome has 11 cards, and Tracer has 12 cards.
But that's because Yurika has a couple of like crystal balls and another border.
Oh, you mean
village.
just like what the cards are?
Yeah. Yurika has trashed more starting cards.
What do you want to kill in here? The Destrier?
I want to kill the border village, but you're not going to get to. So yeah, the Destrier. You can also top deck it, which is nice. Take
another kiln?
Border village, and yeah, another kiln. Yeah, I like another kiln. Right now, it's looking like the double sentinel was the way.
What are you building towards your alliance?
Yeah. But I mean, not just alliance, right? You're also building towards like kilning border villages, like, you know, putting all the good cards into your deck. I mean, you could definitely. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say you could argue for border village Destrier there over border village kiln, but I like the border village.
Oh, Tracer got an engineer. I didn't even register.
Yeah, Yeah, that's surprising. I didn't either. I mean, well, okay. I will say this for the engineer: if you can activate kiln before you play engineer, then you can use it to gain destriers, and then it's better. But that is potentially a lot to ask. Do you play the sentinel here to make sure that
Yeah,
you
I think so.
get something good? Okay, you got rid of the other sentinel, so that's progress. And then you go.
You have a decent chance of like seeing that. That is the other border village, right? The last card in the deck.
Yeah, no, I mean it was definitely going to.
So you can kill in the border village.
Yeah.
No, you don't get there.
No, why not? You
don't have enough.
Underling into border village into destrier.
Yeah, and that draws all your cards, right? That draws all these cards.
I'm not sure. What's the? Oh, you're saying you won't draw the border village?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Well, you can kill an destrier.
Sure. All right.
And then a crystal ball, I guess.
No, you can kill the. If you kill the destrier, you can. Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Because
Kiln doesn't play it twice. Oh,
yeah.
I always get this confused. Yeah.
If Kiln played the card twice, it would be a lot better.
Okay, so again, our
compare
plans
that to specialist. Be like,
are thwarted.
Hmm.
Again, our plans are thwarted.
Oh,
to kill in the border village.
It's okay.
I don't
Killing
think
a
it
destrier
is.
is pretty good.
I think it's tragic.
And now you've got enough kilns in your deck. You can just
Kill.
Well, I was gonna say you buy this turn. You buy border village destrier, and then next turn you should have no problem killing border village.
Yeah. So it feels like Yurika is running away with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the double sentinel, like opening, getting thinner, faster, worked out. I think the fact that they hit 6 the first turn that they did, was not guaranteed. I think that was a big deal. Like they could have. I'm trying to remember. It was like turn 5.
Had they already trashed other estates at that point?
Yes, but they could have seen their other sentinel.
Yeah.
I don't know how likely it was. They could have also not seen their silver. I don't know how many of these cards were on top of the deck, so it's a little hard to say how likely that was, but
yeah. So Gainsborough Village Destrier, as we had suspected.
Yeah, I think this is pretty over. I mean, there's potentially a lot of game left to play, because like once you start buying Alliance, the decks get worse, like dramatically worse. But I mean, that's going to be equally true for both decks. I mean, it introduces more variance, but I still think, like Yurika is very heavily favored. The engineer could potentially help Tracer come back by like gaining a bunch of destriers. I just don't know if it's gonna kick in soon enough.
Yeah. I mean, it could this turn.
Well, you have to gain 2 cards, so you have to kill Border Village.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Which, because Tracer started with Sentinel,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I assume what Tracer is trying to figure out here is whether he even wants Kiln, wants to like play Kiln this turn. There's not really much else to consider there.
Maybe he considers whether or not to resign. Is Tracer a person who tends to tilt? I don't think I watch a lot of.
I don't know, actually. Okay, well, we've gotten this far. No reason not to kill the Destrier. I can see. Okay, actually, I take it back. What you could do, you could kill the Engineer, and you play. That's still not very good. Like, then you can double play the Engineer, but the fact that you haven't killed a card already means that.
And then the Engineer is gone.
Well, I mean, killing the Engineer means you can pop the Engineer and still have the Engineer, but like you're still only gaining like 2 underlings or something, so it's like,
Yeah.
But if you just keep using favors to set the Engineer aside, you know, you at least don't have to draw through it. Oh, well, never mind. Alright, well, I mean, you can get 1 Destrier here. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
This seems successful.
Yeah, and I mean, now that the Destriers are gone, the increased, like, kiln potential of Yurika's deck doesn't matter as much. So that is something.
So, do you still kill border villages?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think I would. You can gain border village underling and just threaten to, like, pile.
Wouldn't that be more successful with kilns? If you kill kilns and stuff?
Yeah, but I like the reason I prefer to have the underlings in my deck because Coastal Haven is useful and Kiln is a stop card. I mean, maybe you can't actually threaten to end the game if you kill 2 underlings. Yeah, not really. Or to kill 2 border villages to gain underlings. Yeah, you can't really at this point.
I mean, surely you just.
But whatever. I mean.
Do you take like this last border village as Yurika, or do you need to worry about? Like, you don't need to worry about piles.
No. Tracer has 1 kiln, and once the border villages are gone, you're only gaining like the 1 card at a time anyway. Tracer doesn't have the Engineer anymore. If anything, what Yurika should do at this point is just double check that they have enough money to hit Alliance. Which
if they gain another kiln, they do.
Yeah, right. Or another crystal ball or something.
Yeah.
Silver, like it, patron. There's lots of ways to do it. I just think I don't know what that top card is. I assume it's another underling. No, Tracer probably has.
Didn't
3.
we look at it?
Did we? Border Village, Destrier, Crystal Ball. No, we. I think we drew all
of that, yeah.
But I mean, maybe it's just another border village. No, probably not. Like Destrier? I guess it could be.
Do they still have a copper?
I think they just trashed it with their Sentinel. Their last copper.
Oh, right, yeah.
The crystal balls are not bad because they do help you a little bit.
It was a border village.
Okay.
Amazing.
So Tracer actually does have more Destriers. Tracer managed to get... How many Destriers did Tracer manage to get last turn? 2. Oh, I'm surprised Tracer had that many Destriers. All right, here comes the alliance.
Go.
Okay, so now that Eureka has 3 kilns, they're just shy of being able to threaten to pile.
How does the kiln thing work?
Oh, maybe they can. Well, I doubt they have the draw to pile kilns.
I mean, with a Sentinel, you can... Oh no, the Sentinel doesn't sift.
No. I mean, you could trash some stuff, some stop cards, but it doesn't...
I'm not ready for a new expansion.
Well, it's coming, whether you're ready or not. Ready or not, here it comes.
Uh-huh. Rising sun.
Alright. Tracer also does have enough money to alliance, although probably not in the distribution he would prefer. I mean, he can set aside 2 Destriers, though, which is pretty nice. This game might be closer than I was thinking. The fact that he trashed the Engineer is pretty unfortunate, though. That would have been a really nice card to just be able to hang on to. Like, once you have it, just, like, keep holding until the end of the game and then pop it for tunnels.
Yeah, I agree. This is... No, I was definitely too fast in saying anyone should think of resigning here, because ultimately, because Tracer still has that estate.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot more likely that Tracer is... Well, actually, is that true? He does have the extra Destriers, and he got the Coastal Haven stuff. His deck is definitely, like, a lot more...
junkier.
Yeah, a lot junkier, but maybe the extra Destriers are more important. I mean, it depends on... It depends somewhat on, like, how the Sentinel and Crystal Ball stuff goes here. Oh, did Eureka just manage to played this? Okay, I missed the Sentinel play. I was like, Eureka managed to just find all of, like, bottom deck all of the junkiest junk cards.
Which doesn't matter because you have the Crystal Ball.
Well, no, it would. That's why it would matter. Is because the Crystal Ball, like, can trash them if they're on the bottom.
Or discard them. I don't know if you want to trash them at this point.
Sure, yeah, but either way.
Okay, so this is... the kiln... Okay, so the kilns are definitely... This is still, like, in Eureka's favor because they can potentially pile underlings while still gaining alliances.
No, not right now. They can pile underlings, but they can't. They'd have to buy 1 underling.
I mean, in the long run, like not in this coming turn, but in the long run, just because they have more kilns, they can, like, chip away at piles while still being able to...
If they gain another underling with a kiln, then in a future turn, then they would be able to pile underlings while still scoring. Yes, but not this turn.
This turn.
They just took Crystal Balls. I mean, in theory, they could also do this with Crystal Balls, right? Like, gain more Crystal Balls this turn, and then, you know, pile them the next turn or something. But, I mean, I'd rather do it with underlings, but...
So, Tracer thinking about whether or not to trash Stuf?
Yes. Trashing an estate makes sense because you still have... Like, you're still an estate up on Eureka.
Oh, you wanted to set that Destrier aside? That's
Yeah,
why we didn't
like
play
it's like
it.
once you hit 10, there's not really any need to continue.
Mm.
I mean, the reason to continue would have been if you think you can set more Destriers aside, but like you know the Destriers are down there anyway, so why bother? Well,
yeah, kind of unfortunate. Well, do you kill in the crystal ball?
Yeah, probably. I'm also thinking you might trash a crystal ball. The more crystal balls you have in your deck, the less likely it is that you draw your deck, even if the crystal balls can act as non-stop cards.
Yeah.
And like, if your goal is to just like gain a bunch so that you can pile them, like you don't care about having the marginal one in your deck. So I think I would trash that one. Although killing one crystal ball isn't even necessarily useful at this point, so.
Why not?
Because you're still not getting it down to 3. I mean, it might still be worth it.
I mean, there's still some turns in this game.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so they did not trash the crystal ball. Why are we... oh, you only have two favors anyway. Fair enough. Yeah, I actually think Yurika's best path to victory is going to involve piling, because if they can't pile...
They're not going to win. And there's only 3 turns left.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, well...
It's actually...
They can do
Is it still there for Yurika?
Oh, you know what? No. They needed to gain... Yes, either 2 turns ago they needed to gain an underling, or last turn they needed to gain an underling, or 2 crystal balls or whatever, and they didn't do it. So I think they're just in trouble.
Fascinating.
Yeah, there's not like really a way.
I mean, realistically, they have to alliance here just to, like, they have to score.
No,
they do.
They can just buy a tunnel, right? And then if Tracer alliances,
okay.
I mean, they could. So buying like a duchy or an estate or province, like none of that helps, because if Tracer alliances, then you get. But if you buy a tunnel,
yeah, that's true.
You could also buy an engineer, and then if Tracer alliances and you can play the engineer, then you can gain the tunnel that way.
However,
you have to find it.
Yeah. And like, this is still their shuffle, and they saw all of their destriers and most of their border villages.
Yeah, they're not likely to
really kick off.
Well, no, I was going to say they're not likely to be able to find an engineer. I mean, the nice thing about the engineer is it gives you ongoing threat, right? And they are about to trigger a shuffle. And Tracer does have to account for that risk. So, like, I think taking the engineer might be better, even though it's not guaranteed to do what you want, because then even if Tracer, like, buys a ton... So Tracer buying an engineer doesn't help him with the situation where Yurika piles like crystal balls and then alliances for the win. And
the thing is, if you buy the engineer, you can just pile estates and win if Tracer doesn't score.
That's actually also true. That is also true. Though Tunnel itself is enough to block that.
For Tracer, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, this is definitely a very interesting endgame. I wonder what Tracer was even drawing towards here. Okay, so Tracer's just going to go for it and assume that Yurika is not going to be able to find the engineer, which I think is a reasonable play for sure.
Yes, definitely. This is so fun.
Okay,
Well, that's it.
No.
Yeah.
No, because you can trash a couple of cards, right? And crystal. So
well,
you can
you
get
can have one more
get
chance.
one. Yeah, you only get one shot.
Yeah.
Do not miss your chance.
But then, like, you don't hit Alliance, so it's over.
Wait. Why didn't we trash the border village?
It's like, wow, that was super fun.
Why didn't we trash the border village? Then we would have had shot to go past those cards, right?
Unclear, but even
I
so,
think. Or was that?
But even so, like, Yurika did not have 10, so even if they had hit the engineer,
Well, but they had the crystal balls, right? So like would they not have had?
No,
was
that
there
was,
no
that was still
possibility?
9.
Oh, oops, that's wrong.
That was still 9. That was a really cool game. Tracer gets a point on the board.
Yeah, that was really, really like I was definitely fooled like by Yurika's seemingly more powerful deck. All those crystal balls, like I don't know, like though they weren't that good. I think they should just not have messed around with that, and like they took crystal ball over both. Well, yeah, over both Kiln and Destrier, right? Because you can always get the Destrier with the border village, because like once you get the border village, then the cost of the Destrier is going to have gone down. So yeah, I think ultimately the crystal balls may have sealed their doom.
Okay, so here,
well, that and the lack of underlings.
I have a question. Does Market Square still activate if you play a lurker, or is Market Square only like if you trash one of your?
Oh, it activates.
Okay, it's like whenever a trash, like during your turn.
Oh no, sorry. No, I'm wrong. When one of your cards is trash. My bad. It's not when you trash a card. It's when one of your cards is trash.
Right. Crystal Ball is still here. We have Priest. We have Draw. We have Villages of Swords. Ooh. We have Draw of Swords. Sheepdog activates when like a lurker with a lurker gain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we go for like an elaborate like sheepdog? It probably isn't like that elaborate, but
yeah, I think.
Do we go for a sheepdog?
So, sheepdog is kind of anti-witch technology, in addition to everything else.
Is it? How?
Because when your opponent plays a witch, you can react with your sheepdogs.
But it's not like, if you say like anti-witch technology, to me that would make it like it reverses the witch effect, which I don't think sheepdog does.
It makes your opponent sad that they played a witch. That's anti-witch technology.
Okay, I see. Witch repellent.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, Market Square also. Oh, we got a crystal ball picked up again. A little surprising. The Tracer already has a witch, I guess. Sad priests aren't able to take advantage of the coins from lurker trash because actions.
Mm.
Oh, interesting. Taking the squire. Okay. I mean, that is a plus actions.
You are my squire, my 2+ buyer.
I think it's 2 cost.
What did I say?
2+.
Oh, yes, it's 2 cost. Wow. Sheepdog go. Woof.
Yep. And that's, yeah, I mean, that's what I was talking about. That's anti-witch technology.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any reason you're not taking actions here?
I shouldn't think so.
Oh.
Okay, here it is, apparently.
Huh. Alright.
That makes
Are
sense.
we also just going to advance into the other sheepdog?
Events or priest? Whoa.
I was... Yeah, okay, priest would make sense, yeah. Oh, witch? No.
Wow.
Right. And top deck lurker so that you can get it back. Yep. That was a lot of sheepdogs.
That is so many sheepdogs.
That feels like it should be game winning.
Pow, 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 pow.
All right, now I imagine
Province.
We're taking action so that we can trash. Nope. Huh.
Citygate?
I'd like Citygate. But apparently we're just pile pressuring. I mean, I guess this does like enable
I was gonna say it's just like insurance to pop up.
There's only one action in the trash though, so like, well, you can always trash Squire and gain a witch, I guess. Yeah, if I'm Tracer, I'm not playing that witch. I'm playing the priest. We want another witch, though. Yeah, so we're not even playing that one. It's confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, didn't find the sheepdogs there.
So, doggo.
Citygate? No? Okay.
We don't believe in Citygate over here.
I guess not.
Pow, pow, pow.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, pow, 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 pow. Wow. Amazing.
I wonder if Tracer just wants another crystal ball. It's like kind of like a village.
Ooh. We're making money.
Yeah.
How far away are we from a pile?
Not that far, certainly. I mean, you trash 3
here?
squires and that's...
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
Well,
there.
You don't have the points. Or do you? You're going to get 6 coins from trashing, plus you have 12.
Well, you need... No, it's not there, right?
And then...
You need 10 to buy the witches.
Oh, 13? You're going to have 13 coins. Yeah, you're like 2 coins short. Or maybe, yeah.
And
buys. 2 coins short. Well, I mean, the squire gives you the buys.
But only 2. You need 4, right?
Well, it would give you 3 buys. If you could buy double witch duchy, then that would win.
Oh, duchy. I mean, yeah, estates are cheaper, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you're 2 coins or a coin in the buy short.
Yeah.
Wait, there's also nah, advance doesn't help. I think I was gonna say you gotta get some points here.
Yeah.
Because
sure.
Tracer's capability to do that is not as good, but it's still like.
Yep.
Oh no, sheepdogs in hand for Eureka.
Sad, yeah.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Tracer can't hit province though.
Gets to live another turn.
Yeah.
And
does take a points lead.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Eureka still doesn't really doesn't really have a path here.
Has to take a state.
Guess so, yeah. Although, I mean, well, okay, I was gonna say Tracer, you know, potentially gives out curses and then the estate doesn't do anything, but looking at Tracer's hand, well, maybe not so much.
And it's still better than...
It's not
likely that you go through your shuffle,
yeah.
right? Although, with all the sheepdogs maybe it is. But like,
Yeah,
is there a downside?
I would say it's still not.
Is there a downside to gaining a state?
No, it's more just the part where it's unlikely to help
matter?
either. Oh, well, apparently we're not gaining a state.
Okay.
That's a little surprising to me, actually, because the lurkers aren't really doing anything this
turn.
turn.
And again, no sheepses.
No.
Wild. Surely you're just like playing that other witch, right? But maybe you want to lurk something instead before you do that.
Yeah, not obvious. Yeah, now Tracer's the one who's looking like he's got the pile pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, top deck the Squire here, surely. Yeah. Yeah, again, like, Estate doesn't really do much here. I mean, it might.
Does Tracer have it, is the question.
I think it's likely.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yep. Another nice one, yeah.
Despite losing the sheepdog split heavily. So like I said earlier, it seems like it should be game winning, but it wasn't.
Nice. All right. So Tracer looking to tie the match this last game. And one last chance for Utica to win it.
Yep.
Very fun games. Well, you know, I'll be right back too.
All right. Well, in the meantime, we've got Villa. We've got no trashing. Royal Blacksmith is usually sad, but is even sadder than normal. I guess the Villa does help with that. But Mining Road with Crown is interesting. You can like gain a crown, do something with it, and then buy a villa and go back to your action phase. Oh no, wait, that doesn't really work because the crown will have to play a treasure. Ah, sad. Alright, never mind. Oh, but with a Mining Road in play, you can do Specialist on Crown in your action phase. That works. Yes.
Specialist on Crown, and then you can play the Crown?
Yeah, so you can, instead of double playing it with Specialist, you can play, if you have a Mining Road in play, you can play Specialist, play Crown, and then you gain the Crown, and you get to play the second time anyway, essentially. So that's pretty cool. But with no trashing, a little hard to get there.
Courtyard and Villa look a lot alike.
Yeah. There's some pretty similar color schemes there with those in Walled Village, to a lesser extent Mining Road.
Oh, we're back. Great. So what was your proposition?
I was just talking about Crown Specialist stuff, but there's no trashing, so it's going to be...
So we want a Blacksmith. We want a Sage. What? Do you want to talk about Sage?
Sage is a bad card, and you shouldn't buy it.
Even here?
Honestly...
Well, the Sage can draw the Blacksmith, right?
No, it can't. But that's not really my concern. Honestly, like, I could see getting Sage here under slightly different circumstances. The problem is, like, you want to play Courtyard, and Sage is gonna skip over courtyard. If it wasn't for that, like if it was like smithy or something, but like yeah. I mean, you know, it can find like specialist and nobles and crown and stuff like that, so but you don't want it. You definitely don't want it early because you're going to get courtyard early. They both open courtyard silver, yeah. So, and now you have a silver in your deck, and the sage can just find the silver, which isn't particularly exciting. So, yeah, sage is a bad card, and you shouldn't buy it. That's the important thing to keep in mind.
Do you want to talk more about sage?
No.
What do you think? Why is that? Is that like how you would envision a sage? To me, that's like very reminiscent of just like clerk or something.
Yeah, or like a monk or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, why it gotta be a man?
Is it? I don't think that's clear.
From the beard? I mean, I'm not
There's
saying
a beard?
that. Yeah. I think that's like hair and beard. I think that's like very clearly
really?
a man.
That's just part of the hood. All right, well, I don't know.
It's a hijab, you mean?
I don't know, just, you know.
I think there's a beard. Anywho.
All right, so let's actually look at what's going on here. So
Why?
Yurika gets a really early nobles with a hovel trash, which is amazing. Tracer picks up a crown, Yurika picks up a specialist. I would have liked to play nobles first, I think. Oh no, never mind. Okay, yeah, if you're gonna stop at 5, that makes sense.
But then nobles is on. Oh, because we have villa, we don't really care.
I mean, we care, but
Second specialist.
Yurika had more.
Oh, we could top deck the wall
villages. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, right.
Do we specialize nobles?
Yes. Question is, do we gain one or do we just double draw? Yeah, okay. The gain makes sense because you don't have any plus buy and you don't really care about picking up a villa here. I'm wondering if and when we're going to pick up a mining road. I mean, if you don't have any crowns in your deck, it's definitely...
Yeah.
No, wait, sorry. Right. Yeah, if you don't have any crowns in your deck, you need crown and specialist for it to be particularly exciting. But it is plus buy. I mean, it's... If you're not doing the gaining crowns thing, it's definitely not as good as charm at being your plus buy, but...
Oh, yeah.
Wait, why did we just try to play Overgrown? Oh, okay, because it didn't matter. You're going to buy a villa anyway. Well, this is a turn.
Yurika's deck is humming along.
Yeah.
This is
I'm a little confused about the... Like... I'm a little confused about the last villa, though. Because buying that villa allowed us to hit 3 here. I'm not really sure why we cared about that. Like, I think I would have rather just... Well, I guess they did have... Well, they had Noble's Necropolis on top. I mean, that's not amazing, but it's not terrible. I think I would have just rather bought a walled village. I mean, courtyards, you know, getting another courtyard's not bad, though, I guess. along, but then of course you can have a turn like this because you have no trashing. So
yeah. Well, this can be another nobles.
Yep. I assume it will be. That's certainly what I would do.
Yuri has a long and hard think
about whether they want another villa or just want to double play something to get to 6. I don't think I did want another villa, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a sad draw. Like, you really wanted to be able to hit nobles here to... I don't know, you can use... Yeah, I guess you just have to not... You just have to not top deck specialist, which you would have liked to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this way you can charge your hovel.
Yeah, that's right. That was what I was getting at, but...
Mm-hmm.
You just buy Villa here so that you can play Nobles as draw. Oh, plan to, anyway. And then gain another Nobles.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Nobles are gone.
Yep.
With Yurika having the lion's share.
This time, we're taking the actions, which makes sense.
Alright, and this is our deck.
Huh. Deck. Thought
the score is 3-2 for Yurika.
I was expecting to play that courtyard instead of the nobles, to top deck the nobles, but I guess if you knew you were drawing like 2 villas and a specialist, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of awkward. Alright, apparently we are not going to bother with Mining Road.
Which makes sense because Yurika doesn't have a crown. And was not able to like gain both Mining Road and crown.
Yeah, I mean we could still have taken a crown over a specialist, potentially.
That's
and then
true.
Gotten the Mining Road later or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just never do that, I don't know. Why did we bother to play specialist on that nobles? Oh, is to gain the specialist. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Tracer could take the Mining Road. I don't particularly expect that, but it could happen.
I mean, how close are we to ending the game? Tracer should be worried about.
Not that close.
Well, Yurika has a lot of specialists and like villas and courtyards.
Yeah, you have to play a lot of them. You have to use a lot of them for double play just to draw your deck, and like it's not like you can gain nobles, which are one of the most common cards in Yurika's deck. So
Tracer did buy a Mining Road.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, okay, they did gain a specialist there, but like a lot of these specialist plays are being used to play nobles again, which, makes sense.
I mean, I don't think we're very far off here. How many coins do you need for the villa pile out? 16?
You need...
So you need 20?
3... Yeah. Well, they definitely don't have 20 coins in their deck.
We need 19, right? Because you get 1 coin back from villa.
Well, I mean, it's 3 times... It's like 3 times n minus 1 plus 4. So, in this case, 16. 3 times 4 plus 12 for the 4
But
villas.
then, like, the last villa will get you a coin, right?
Oh, actually, that's true. If you're not just buying out the villas, then it's only 15. Yeah. In any case, they don't have 19 coins in their deck. I mean, they do have another specialist that could gain, like...
Don't they have 2 more specialists? Two.
No.
No, they don't. Okay. But it's... Okay, so we have 13 coins. We can... Specialist 1 villa.
Yeah.
This is...
Which gets you... the 14 coins and... You're 2 coins short at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like
so
the
very
top decking
close.
the Overgrown Estate.
Very close.
Unless they're gonna... I guess if they're gonna buy Villa, they can play Courtyard again. Wait, does this help? Would assume not, but maybe. If you can play Specialist on Specialist... Maybe you can empty on Specialists and Courtyards?
Oh, yeah, because... No, you can specialize villas, right? And then you gain the villa. You can double specialist villa, and that should be it. Oh, no, you're still short on money. Ooh!
Yeah, no, I think if you play Specialist on Specialist, and you gain another Specialist...
You play villa, you gain villa. You play villa, you gain villa. That's 2 villas gone.
Well, but the point is, I think it might be easier to... You only need 2 specialists and 2 courtyards, as opposed to like 4 villas.
Oh, that's true. So you specialize villa once.
Maybe...
You still need the money, right?
Yeah, no, I think this is...
This is not winning. Is it?
I think it is. Maybe. Now you,
now you
play. You
okay.
gain the courtyard and you buy the. Okay.
Well done.
Well, I mean, the thing for Tracer is, I don't think he could have defended. Like he was down by 8, so
yeah.
I think it made sense to take the mining road. Like that was a pretty tough pile out to reach.
Yeah, yeah. So Yurika takes this. 4-2. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
It felt to me. Like
it was pretty close. Yeah. And some pretty crazy games in there.
Yes.
Like that first game was we didn't really get off to a great start with that one. That was pretty underwhelming of a board, but some of the other ones were
very cool.
Yeah.
Very
just like
very informative. Yeah.
Well played.
Yes.
By both players.
Yes.
Honestly, like, it, like for having lost the match, like Tracer played really well.
Really well. Yeah.
I mean that's often true, but like it just like those 2 wins that Tracer had were really impressive, overcoming some like major disadvantages and finding lines to win, and then
excellent play, strong performances,
as you might expect from A division matches.
Yes, amazing. We got exactly what we were here for.
Right.
All right, well, good luck to both of players in the rest of the season, and thank you so much for some excellent Dominion.
Yeah, and thanks everyone for tuning in. We will catch you next time.
Bye bye.